and she has an incredible, heartbreaking story. We'll talk about this as we go through the song. It's so interesting.
Des yeux qui font baisser les miens, un rire qui se perd sur sa bouche. Voilà le portrait sans retouche de l'homme auquel j'appartiens. Quand il me prend dans ses bras.
See, you've got this big vibrato, which is so her. Ah. You've got this rolled R, which is in a slightly different position than if it was in Spanish or any other language. I am terrible at this, but it's further back on the tongue where the French sound is. Also, she has a very distinct French accent in it, so she's using the sound, which is quite nasal and forward placed, which can cause some issues on high notes. However, she is warming it on those long vowels and bringing it back instead of I've had problems with French singers before in that everything kind of goes to that place. But so if you are French, maybe try bringing the sound down into your mouth. And then you'll get that beautiful warm sound that she has. Oh, these scoops are beautiful. It's quite heavy. Okay. There. Rather than okay. She's keeping that kind of heavy cabaret style. And I mean, she started cabaret, really, didn't she? She was the start of the style. Going through those consonants. She's doing so many cool things here. She's falling off the notes. She's going through the consonants. She is quite speechy and conversational at the start, and then she goes for this full, heavy singing tone. And her singing is so emotional. These scoops, these cries into everything, it really gets you. And we're going to talk a little bit about why she may be so emotional. Her life is one of the craziest lives ever. And actually, Piaf isn't her original name. She changed it. It's the French word for sparrow or small bird. Oh, very speechy here. As she was only 4'8", very small. Okay, let's talk about her life. I'm going to read this because she had the most mental life and there's just so much to say about it, and it's amazing. She was abandoned at birth. She was then brought up in a brothel by the woman who worked in the brothel. She was then discovered by a nightclub owner as a singer and then accused of being an accessory to his murder. So then she had to change her name. She then toured Germany, but then was accused of being a Nazi sympathizer. But then it turns out that actually she was helping prisoners of war escape, so she was part of the resistance. She had 3 husbands, one of which died. She had 3 car crashes that led her to morphine addiction. What a life. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est toi pour moi pour toi dans la vie. Tu me l'as dit, l'as juré pour la vie. So this is something that's also very Edith Piaf. She slows it down and she speeds it up in accordance to her emotion. Speed makes such a difference in your emotion, and sometimes we don't have that luxury if we aren't accompanying ourselves, and she would have had to work it out with the pianist or with the band beforehand.
Dès que je t'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat. La, 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 la.
It's so cute. What an incredible life story and an incredible timeless voice. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.